Hello and welcome to a player interview for the Beacon World League. Today I am joined by the one and only Betatoast. How are you doing?
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm doing great.
Good. Thanks for joining us. How do you feel after your performance last week? Feeling good?
I'm quite happy with the results, of course, but I'm not sure if I'm happy with the performance. I mean, I got a bit lucky in my match, I think, and still a lot of shaky rounds. So
Yeah, fair enough. Regarding your seeding performance, were you surprised to make it into Div 1 this season, given that in the previous season you were sort of mid-table in Division 2?
yeah, a bit. Like my initial goal was to get Div 2 again, and maybe even fight for the upper positions, but apparently in the seeding a lot of people struggle because of the hard maps, I guess. And so it was just enough for Div 1. I'm a bit surprised, but I take it, yeah.
You mentioned that the people struggled on the hard maps. Is your performance and sort of getting Div 1, is that an indicator that these maps are more suited to your preferred playstyle?
Maybe a bit. Like if I train a lot, I guess I'm kind of known for being more on the consistent side than on the pace side.
Yeah.
And I guess that's pretty important, especially on these maps.
Fair enough. I think a lot of people probably know you from the World Tour wildcard stage, was when I think a lot of people were first sort of exposed to you. So I think that style of map, I can't remember what the map was, but the one where you had to do double backflips at the end, I distinctly remember you were really solid on that one.
It was called backflip. So.
Was it? Alright, okay. Fair enough, yeah. As I said, it's a significant improvement over your position last season. Do you feel like you've grown as a player? Do you feel like you've got a lot more experience? And is there anything that you've changed about your sort of play style or training that would account for this jump up into Div 1?
I wouldn't say that I changed anything. I mean, it definitely helped playing the first season of Beacon, because I think the maps are still similar this season. Maybe a bit harder, but the overall style, like, it's pretty tight maps with not forced lines, but you have a lot of places where you can fail and lose a lot, and you have to keep your line to win rounds. I guess that helped a bit, but overall I think I usually approach maps the same all the time. Getting the groove on this one line that gets me through the map without crashes.
You mentioned before that you're more of a consistency type player. Do you feel like that is within the Beacon format works against you, and that you don't have sort of picks and bans, or do you feel pretty comfortable on all of the maps?
I think it's a lot of how I feel at the match day, because I can perform really well in rounds practice during the week, and then on match day I crash every round, and vice versa, of course.
Yeah.
But I think overall it kind of suits me that the maps have some special tricks and stuff, because that's the parts that a lot of people struggle with getting consistently. But of course, lacking the pace aspect a bit, I won't get a lot of fastest match times and the bonus points, so missing out on those. I make up for it with the positions, I guess.
Fair enough. Obviously, fantastic performance in week 1 in your first match, coming second behind Epos, our reigning champion, and you beat both Akros and Richie, who are both very sort of highly regarded. Going into that match, were you expecting that sort of position? Is that what you were aiming for?
I expected a tough match for sure, and it kind of started out pretty well for me, because I kept up with I think Epos and Akros until like 50 points or something, and then the struggle maps started to come out. I think on Arrogate I lost a lot of points, I crashed a lot, and then on Xenogen Akros crashed a lot, and that kind of saved me from my last chance, because I I think I was third like every round, and someone crashed. And yeah, Richie also didn't have the best match, I think. Obviously, they can perform much better on the right day.
Yeah, so you've shown glimpses in the past of sort of great performances. I think, as I mentioned before, a lot of people will know you from the World Cup qualifiers, the 2v2s last year. Do you feel like you're an underdog in this division still, despite these performances? And do you think that gives you an advantage because people won't sort of expect you?
I think I could be seen as an underdog still, yeah. Also because I myself didn't expect to make Div 1. I don't have that much pressure in the matches, I guess. I can drive a bit more relaxed, and maybe that's the key to making less errors. But I think from the first match day, people saw that in the matches, basically anything can happen, and even the underdog can get second. And I think maybe people will consider that a bit more in their matches and don't see me as like the safe bottom pick.
Fair enough. This week, obviously, you've got some tough games. What are your sort of goals for this week? In particular, your second game is a very tough one. I believe you've got Boz, Stuffed, and Ender, I think.
Yep.
So, are you just looking to sort of survive?
I think I'm going in with the mindset of just focusing on my performance, like just trying to keep the rounds clean and drive as best as I can, and have the position or point aspect in the match second. And if it's enough for third or second, if something crazy happens again, then I'll take it. But if I drive my usual times and I don't crash and stuff, and then I'm happy. Like if the others are faster, then that's how it is.
Is there anyone this season in particular that you're sort of looking forward to playing against? Now that we've got, you know, a new set of people who've qualified into the division.
Some of the best performing players in Stufts and Josh, I'd say, because I'm really surprised that Josh is performing that well, because he was Div 2 last season, and this season in the seeding and in his first match he performed really well, and I'm excited to see if he can keep it up or if it was just like a one match thing. And Stufts, obviously, because he has insane pace on the maps, and see if he can drive those times consistently every week. And yeah, I think those are the two I'm looking forward the most.
Good. So, what are your overall goals for this season? Is it? I mean, you seeded in towards the bottom of the division. Are you looking to just sort of not get relegated, or is there a specific spot that you're after?
Initially, my goal was to not get the bottom two places, because those are auto-relegated, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I was aiming for the places 14 to 11, which will play in the promotion relegation matches. Seeing the result of the first match day, I guess I could even try to aim a bit higher than that, but from just one match day, it's hard to say how things will go. So I won't get my hopes too high right now, and see what the next playday will bring. But it would be cool if I'm not auto-relegated, as I said.
Fair enough. Yeah, it'll be good to see where you end up. Based on your player card and player photo that people have seen, there's rumours flying around that you are Massa's older brother. Can you confirm or deny that?
Who told you that? I see similarities, like roughly, but I wouldn't say I look exactly like him. But I also heard it quite a lot, especially from my teammates.
Fair enough.
But I can confirm I'm not the brother, I think.
Shame. Oh, I was hoping for another Barbos Azox type brother situation, but well. That brings us towards the end. thanks very much for joining me, Betatoast, and best of luck in your next games and well for the rest of the season as well.
Thank you. Thanks for having me again.
No problem. See you all next week.